The White House, in their utter weakness and desperation, are floating the idea of nominating a Republican to the Supreme Court. To me, this is Obama 101 at this point. So the person they have in mind is the Republican governor of Nevada, Brian Sandoval. So what's this guy's record like? Well, we know. We can take a look here. He's against gay marriage. I'll repeat that. He's against gay marriage. Now, to be fair to him, he actually was for civil unions, but he's against gay marriage. And he says, hey, it's a settled issue, but personally, I'm against it. So this is what qualifies now as a moderate. Can you imagine somebody being nominated who's like, I'm personally against interracial marriage, but it's a settled issue, so we'll move along. Is that somebody who a so-called liberal should be nominating to the Supreme Court? I don't think so. He's for the death penalty. He's a giant question mark on the drug war. He's for Keystone XL. He's against tenure, and he's for public pay cuts, which he did as governor of Nevada. He's against gun reform. He's against immigration, and he's for lowering taxes. So this is a Democratic president who says, yeah, I'll show these obstructionist Republicans who don't even want to consider any nominee that I'm putting forward. What if I nominate a Republican? Aha! I got you, bitch! You got them what? You nominated somebody who is on their team. That ain't a you got them. They got you. You buckled. You coward. You did exactly what they want you to do. Look, you have to understand something, guys. This is part and parcel of what's wrong with the Democratic establishment. Now, some people say, hey, they do it on purpose. And this is the whole idea, is they're supposed to lose. And other people say, no, they're just fundamentally weak and pathetic. But what happens is the Republicans run further and further and further right, and the Democrats always have to be the above-the-fray party and the centrist party, so they go, oh, well, since we're the adults in the room, we're going to reach out to them and meet in the middle. But wait, the middle is no longer the middle, because these jackasses just ran super far right, so when you meet them, now you're just right-wing. You're just on the right wing of the spectrum and pushing right-wing policies. So this isn't a compromise. It's a faux compromise. It's one group of obstructionist pricks who say no to everything and who run further and further right. And then there's you who buckle to their demands and oftentimes even go further than just meeting them halfway. You nominated a Republican. This isn't a win for you. This is a win for them. And you ready for this? Because this is again, the new Republican Party 101. What was their response to this? Nope, we're not even going to consider him. Isn't that incredible? How incredible is that? They go, okay, we're not going to even entertain. We're going to do historic obstruction on this. The longest time of vacancy, it was like 160 days or something like that. The longest time that there was blocking of nominating somebody to the Supreme Court and approving somebody for the Supreme Court. They say we're going to wait over 300 days. We're going to block it for over 300 days. And then Obama's like, no, I will show them. I'll nominate a Republican who they would agree with on stuff. And then they're still like, no, don't care. Fuck off. Not going to do it. And if I know anything about Obama, what he'll do is he'll pick somebody who's even a little further to the right than this Republican. This is unbelievable. In Obama's mind, he truly believes, aha, I got him. You don't got him. They got you. This reminds me of Obamacare. We've spoken about Obamacare before, how the real Democratic Party position, the true liberal position, is Medicare for all, single payer. This is what Bernie pushes for. This is what the Democratic Party is supposed to stand for. Now, in the debate, they didn't really push for that. Back when we ended up getting Obamacare. They kind of were like, yeah, okay, single payer, push that to the fuck side, who gives a shit? Anyway, their starting position was the compromise, public option. We'll do a public option. Not single payer everywhere, but just a public option to compete with the private market, and that's that. Now, when the Republicans heard that, well, they say, no, fuck off. Fuck you. No, I'm not doing that, not even considering it. So then the Democrats again caved. They caved at the beginning when they didn't take their original position. Then they caved again and they said, okay, let's do the individual mandate system. Where did that system come from? Well, we've spoken about it. Richard Nixon was the first to propose a version of it. Richard Nixon, Republican president. Heritage Foundation wrote policy papers on it. That's a right-wing think tank. Newt Gingrich, Chuck Grassley. Republicans supported it in the 90s, all throughout the 90s. Fucking Mitt Romney implemented that plan in Massachusetts. It's a right-wing plan, through and through. Even when he gave them the right-wing plan, what'd they say? Fuck off. I'm not voting for it. How many Republicans ended up voting for Obamacare? 0. It was passed with all Democratic votes. So let me get this straight. All Democratic votes ended up passing Obamacare. Then why the fuck couldn't you get single payer? Well, it's hard. The blue dog Democrats, this and that. Okay, no, but you didn't try. You didn't even try for the public option, really. You caved on that immediately. You're telling me you got all Democratic votes. You couldn't get at least the public option, but you couldn't get single payer? No, because they don't know how to play politics. They're not strong, and they want to give in. They want to compromise. They want to run to the right. Does Obama really have a problem nominating a Republican? No. Because they even slap him down, and he's like, well, please, you're begging them now to nominate a fucking Republican. And this is, by the way, the effects of strength in any political debate. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine the Democrats acted like this. The country would be so much further ahead now. If the Democrats were this aggressive and this strong in their positions. If Obama was this strong back during the healthcare debate, we would have single payer. Now you say, come on, Kyle, you know the Blue Dogs were against it, so how the fuck were you going to get it? Guys, it's actually very simple. It's not like no president has ever done it before. Look at FDR and what he was able to get accomplished. Look at LBJ and what he was able to get accomplished. What you do is you call the obstructionist Blue Dog Democrats, who, by the way, for those of you who don't know, are Democrats from a Republican-leaning district. You call them into your office and you tell them very simply, hey, look, here's the deal. If you do not vote in favor of this, you're done. Your political career is over. That's it. Pack it up, go home. Because at the time, you have to remember, Obama was very popular. His approval numbers were through the roof. So you have a very popular president telling you, if you don't vote for this, you're done. Now, how do we make it so that they're done? I will primary you. We will primary you. The Democratic Party will primary you in your next race, and we will dump all the money into your opponent, and I will go and campaign for your opponent in your state. How you like me now? So but hey, you can avoid all this, and we'll support you if you vote for single-payer healthcare. You don't think the Blue Dog Democrats would have crumbled there and said, okay, you got it? Let me explain something to you guys. Here's what D.C. politicians care more about than anything else. Their ass. Their career. So you tell them that, and then, okay, I guess I'll have to do it, and that's it. And then we would have ended up getting a Medicare for All system. And then, by the way, would people have gone, oh, I hate this system? Fuck no. People would love this system. So, it would have been a win across the board, but this pro-establishment, pro-corporatist, center-right Democratic Party, they do stuff like this, and they think they got the Republicans. Yeah, I nominated a Republican, but I showed them Republicans. No, you didn't, you weak, pathetic punk.